The tide tank system is designed to make the water level in a fish tank move up and down in sync with the local tide. It's an Arduino-based system that uses live, internet-retrieved water level data, so it matches the actual tide rather than predictions. I was given the opportunity to build this project with some students at Rocking the Boat, a wonderful nonprofit in the South Bronx, New York City, that teaches local kids how to build wooden boats. They have a two-part fish tank. The big rear part is always full of water and contains locally caught fish and a crab or two. The smaller front tank has local creatures like snails that live in the intertidal zone. In other words, they're accustomed to the water levels rising and falling regularly with the tides. The big tank is always getting filled by a pump, and the overflow constantly goes down through this white pipe into the smaller tank. The system works by first finding what the actual local water level is by going online and using the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration's free Weather Station API. It displays that height in feet here. It then turns that number into a percent height for the tank. 100% full is a high tide, about 9 feet locally, and 0% full is a low tide, about -1 foot locally. The way it's measured by NOAA, the tide level sometimes falls below the 0 mark, or datum. Once it's gotten the data from the NOAA server, the system knows how high the water in the tank should be. It measures how high the water currently is using this float sensor attached to this potentiometer, which is basically a volume knob. When the water level rises, the float turns the knob clockwise, and vice versa. The system measures the water height 5 times a second, averages out those readings, and then compares them to where the water level should be. If the tank is a little too full, it opens the drain a bit. If the tank is a little too empty, it closes the drain some. Remember, the small tank is always being filled by the overflow from the big tank. The V equals shows the current drain position. 0% is fully closed and 100% is fully open. The controller talks to the height sensor and the motor using telephone hookup wires because they're inexpensive and they do the job fine. All of the carpentry was done in Rocking the Boat's boat building wood shop by or with the help of students. Normally, NOAA updates their water height data every 6 minutes, so the system automatically requests the data only once every 6 minutes as well. You can see the minutes countdown timer here. If, however, the last attempt to get data failed, like if the Ethernet cable gets unplugged, an error message will appear, and it will reattempt to connect every 10 seconds until it's back online. We've had to make a few hardware and software tweaks to fix some problems that came up, such as the valve not working properly or the Arduino needing to be reset occasionally to successfully retrieve data. After a few weeks of hard effort, the system is now at a point where it's working pretty reliably without babysitting. If you have questions or comments, shoot me an email. Thanks for watching.